Sixpence, None the Richer, or The Wrecker, something like that. It's available on Rex Music. And before that, we had a video by Fleming and John. Thought that'd be a cheesy band, but they're not. I really like their CD a lot. Available on Rex Music. Right now, I have an interview that I did with the band Grover, Angie Carlson, and crew. This is their album available on 0 Hour Records called My Wild Life. And we had a lot of fun when we did an interview with them when they played at Howlin' Wolf. So let's take a look at that. So who is everyone? Introduce yourselves.
I'm Angie Carlson, Pat Cudahy, Valerie Lason.
He's the bass player. I'm the bass player. Yeah.
Chapel Hill. He is from Athens, Georgia.
I play the harmonica and the play the zither.
Bagpipes.
Lead zither. I play auto harp.
I was telling Fiona that when I first got the CD and I was listening to it, I'm like, you know, these guys kind of sound like Let's Active.
You're kidding!
And then I was like, but I hadn't even read the bio or anything, you know, because I was like,
That's
big
awesome.
Let's Active.
You're kidding!
When I was younger,
Did you really
you know?
think of Let's Active?
And so I was like, I thought of Let's Active, and I said, I know this voice from somewhere, you know. I kept saying that. I was like, I know it. And then I started reading the bio, and I was like,
Oh,
and then I pulled out, you know, my plans for everybody's, you know,
And you're
cassette.
like, different hair, but
Yeah.
I recognize it. You know, a lot more weathered probably, but
So how's the transformation been for you?
It's pretty weird starting over, you know, because Let's Active, we were sort of in the golden era of 80s bands, and there was a lot more like college shows and things you could get. It seemed like kids were really excited about alternative music, and that was the days when you looked in the back of Rolling Stone or whatever, and the alternative chart really was alternative labels, which it hasn't been for quite a while. And it's much, it just seems like everybody got a band in the last few years. So it's so much harder to get anywhere. It's so much harder to, I don't know, I mean, there's just, you're competing against so much stuff. It's such a saturated market, and I mean, we're just sort of doing what we're doing, but I don't think we've got really a gimmick, so we're sort of in it for the long haul, you know, just getting in a few fans at a time. And, you know, really starting over, because not that many people, I mean, it's cool when people remember Let's Active, but a lot of these little kids, they don't know what Let's Active was.
So what's it like being on 0 Hour? How'd you get hooked up with 0
Hour? Kevin Salem, I met Kevin. Some of the original stuff that we did in Grover was with Mitch Easter, and because you know, he and I are married. We're married. Went way back. We're in Let's Active. So I still have like tons of respect for him and stuff. So when I started to get my band together, it was like, let's go in and get these on tape. I want to hear what they sound like on tape and see if it sounds like a real band or not. You know, I was still sort of like, can I do this? I felt a little bit sheepish, but so went into the studio, and then we got a chance through Twin City Imports, this little label. They were going to give us some money to go in and record, and they had told us about Kevin. I'd heard of Kevin through his work with the Dump Truck, and I bought that Madder Rose record that he produced, and I was like, oh wow, you know. We talked on the phone, found out we had a lot of mutual friends, but I'd never actually met him, and we went up in the like coldest damn January on record in Hoboken. Like, we'd watch the news and it'd be like, all the hardware stores are to gravel and shovels, you know? I mean, it was shit like, and we were, you know, just freezing and drinking and stuff. And we had 5 days to record this record, and it was just insane. And we were like, it was one of those things where you record it so quickly that you go home and you listen to the tape, and it's like, oh yeah. Like, you know, you just can't, you don't even have a minute to think.
All right.
And steal our band.
effects.
Right. So
You want to be in our band?
steal our band, please. But so that's how we met Kevin, and luckily we were just real sympathetic about guitar parts and stuff like that. So Kevin, being from Boston, knew Dan Ephraim at 0 Hour, and Dan came out to a show, and Dan was like, yeah, this is, I think this is what, you know, we're looking for, whatever. And he talked to Ray McKenzie, the Big Cheese, whatever, to come out and see us, and we played, I guess, sort of sounded like the tape. You know, we were sorted together, so we played a show at the Mercury, and had that sort of week and a half where we sort of waited to hear from them, and then it was like, yeah, the Rubens, yeah, we want you guys. So we had talked to them sort of about what kind of deal we wanted, and they seemed real cool. I mean, there's so many labels out there that aren't musician friendly, or you know, the deals make you feel uncomfortable, but their deal was real. Gave us a lot of latitude to sort of do other things. They had tour support so we could get out on the road, which was real important to me. I wanted to get out and play again. And yeah, they've worked really hard. I mean, so I mean that meant a lot to me, that it wasn't like satin jackets and you know, really.
Yeah,
You gotta get to
we'll call you later.
you gotta get to the chorus faster. I don't hear a single, you know. I mean, so they would never do that to us, I don't think. Anyway, they don't seem like they would. Like Space Needle was cool, Kitty Winder, Dirt Merchants. It seemed like they were on to something, you know. It seemed like it was a label that was gonna take off. Is there like a local cable music show down here?
This is it.
Oh, this is it. Duh. I was thinking, I don't know what I was thinking.